It's me, Bussy, and welcome back to Hat or Rat. Don't you guys just hate being all dressed up with no hair to go? Today we'll be reviewing the runways from episode 3 of Canada's Drag Race. The runway category was QUEBECKY, with the good hair. But before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out and special thanks to Love Island for sponsoring this video. First up, who the hell let Kine back on the runway? This is literally the outfit that Kine sewed in the very first episode of the season, but it's on Kiara's body and she took off the disco balls. I'm getting a little bit of Diana Ross inspiration from this, but I'll just say I'm not endlessly in love with it. Honestly, I'm a little bit confused by this. I'm not totally sure why her outfit is just basically an outfit from the 70s with a really big hair. I don't really see hair runway in this look. I think she could have taken the concept a lot further. Frankly, it's a pretty basic look and it really does not help her at all that we already saw somebody else on the runway with this exact look. I do want to point out, it looks like she's wearing the same gold boots from that scarecrow look that she did, and I'm not too mad about somebody like reusing something when they can, you know, get the best bang for your buck by all means. But to be this early in the competition and already reusing pieces is showing maybe you didn't bring enough stuff for the runway. I will say her makeup looks very pretty. It's a little bit different from what she's usually serving. The really big hair on her is also super refreshing. This is just a really big hair that she should probably consider wearing on a regular runway basis because those flat hairs really have not been doing it for me. She could have really taken this to the next level by balancing out her silhouette with that huge afro with some hips. Like, girl, when the hair and the shoulders and the hips are matching, then you are golden, girl. Unfortunately, there just wasn't enough shine on this look. Oh my god, y'all. And it's going to be a rot. I also want to point out that Kiara is not wearing nails here. Look, wearing nails is not the end and be all of drag, okay? But when you're on the runway, when you're on a red carpet, when you're going out of your house and you are trying to impress the judges, every single detail counts. And this look just simply isn't from a fraternity that I'm interested in joining. Next up is Nina Bonina Brown's breastplate being worn by Jimbo. This is a really beautiful mug on Jimbo. I am so happy and proud to see it. I was honestly a little bit concerned that she wasn't going to be able to serve that sort of like sexy makeup because she does all these crazy looks. She changed my mind here. However, was this look revolutionary? No, not really. Again, I feel like you could have done more with this concept. Jimbo just kind of threw on like basically 3 layers of wigs, and she says she's wearing about 11 of them, and I absolutely commend her for doing that because, girl, I can promise you just one wig is hot as hell. However, I'm super thrilled to see that mug, that body, like she is sucked, plucked, and tucked. And yeah, I am really splitting hairs on this critique, but she has just set the bar so high for herself. We've seen what that creative mind can do, and now I want more of it. For me, it's not creative enough for the category knowing who Jimbo is, but I still think she looks hot. Before we go any further, I want to tell you guys a little bit about today's video sponsor, Love Island. Love Island is an interactive mobile game that lets you become part of the hit TV series. You'll get to play as one of the girls in a fictional season of Love Island and choose how your summer romance unfolds. Season 3 just launched in the app and I am having a blast with it. And this is my custom avatar that I designed in the game. I gave her some really beautiful little blonde buns and a cute little black bikini to start. I chose a beautiful man to fall in love with, Camilo. And we even kissed behind everyone's back. And then we started playing this kissing game with the group where we were like revealing everybody's secrets. And this girl named Ilona literally jumped out of a suitcase. As soon as she did, she told me that she was going to steal my man and then had the audacity to actually do it. Ilona and I are not on great terms right now, but I'm hoping that Camilo and I can resolve everything. But if we can't, then I can always just go flirt with Seb. His man bun is real cute. Love Island is a free mobile game and all you have to do is click the link in the description of this video to start your summer romance today. Thanks again to Love Island for sponsoring this video. At any rate, next up is Tynomi Banks. Looking like Rainbow Bright threw up on her and then she just decided to serve it. This is a rot. I think the colors are wrong. I think this is like Jade Jolie 2.0 but done even worse. There's no silhouette on her body. It's literally just like a bunch of multicolored shake and go wigs glued to her body haphazardly. I mean, you can like literally see the wig tracks on her collar. It's just flat out lazy. The thing on her head, she calls it a crown. I think it would be a stretch to even call it a hat. And what's worse, the shoes. Like, why not just put hair on the shoes too? I'm not saying like the look would have been hot if she had put hair on the shoes. I'm just saying it would have been a little more cohesive if her shoes didn't look so nared. I don't understand how somebody like Tynomi, who came out so strong in that promo with that goddess level look, has the taste level to also serve looks like this on the runway. It's confusing, I'm baffled, it just seems like she doesn't hair. And even in the most rot of looks, I always try to find a redeeming positive quality for a look. Next up is BOA. I'm really confused because she turned the corner and I'm just like, okay, really big coiffed brunette updo. The mug is beat, the hair looks laid, like she looks pretty, but like where's the hair runway? What's going on? She's got a fur coat on. I guess fur is hair as well. But we do end up with a hairy tail ending as she reaches the end of the runway and opens her coat to reveal a look that is as tough as they come. It's like a hairy mankini bodysuit thing. It's actually really, really ugly. But the thing is that it's really, really fun. And she is selling it. I said this before about BOA, I'll say it again. She is selling her looks. She knows that she doesn't have the most glamorous, most beautiful thing on the runway, but she knows that she has confidence and she knows she has comedy. When you have those two things, you have what? Winning RuPaul's Drag Race or Canada's Drag Race, whatever franchise we're on today. So this was a really unique interpretation of the hair runway. I like that she did something totally outside of the box, something that nobody else would do, so points and credit for that. Again, with BOA's body, there is not a follicle out of place. She knows how to cinch and pinch, and I'm kind of living for the bush. I do wish that the green straps of the mankini were like a different color or a different fabric. They're making me think of her very first runway, that green Gay Abels thing with the potato that she did. I think to elevate this look, she could have dangled rhinestones from the bush in her groin. I think she could have done a silver strap mankini, or maybe done a two-tone with like silver on the sides of the straps and green in the middle. I don't know, I just don't like see the green anywhere else in the outfit, and that for me is just a little confusing. So this is also a really hard decision for me because like, did I really enjoy the runway? Did I laugh? Yes. In that case, it's hot. But I just would have liked to have seen this elevated and a bit more glamorous. So for that reason, this look is going to be a rot for me. Next up, she has planted her roots in this competition, and girl, she is not going anywhere. Lemon is looking super sweet tonight. She comes out as like the literal tree embodiment of her drag character. I think it's a really creative way to do this type of look, but I'm not so sure that it like really hits the mark on the hair runway. The wood pattern jumpsuit with the matching gloves and the silver jewelry are all very pretty, and then the hair that she chose for her head is very creative, unique. I've never ever seen like a lemon tree on top of somebody's head on the runway. So I'm going to say that this look is hot. I love that there are hints of yellow placed throughout the outfit, in her armpits and on her shoes, matching the lemons and the tree on her head. But as far as doing this for a hair runway, I'm just not totally sure that that made sense for me, because the thing on her head doesn't even really read as hair, when like the rest of the girls very clearly used hair. Next up, you really get the best of both worlds with this one. And orange, you glad you're watching hot or rot? You never have to be blue with me. God, this look is honestly such a breath of fresh hair. I cannot believe that like nobody has like truly wowed me with this runway until this. Priyanka, girl, she is like one of my favorites, especially after this challenge. She's so charismatic, so unique, so fun. I am already seeing top 3 for her. This look is great because this is a really beautiful kind of like normal drag look, and then when you look a little bit closer, the entire thing is made of hair. I love that she did like a color concept for this look, half orange, half blue, but then she mixes the blue and the orange in the buns on her head. It matches down to the shoes, and beneath that like structured hairy dress is this really pretty little rhinestones nude illusion bodysuit. The only thing missing here is I wish she would have just put a little bit of orange in her makeup too, because she just relied on the blue colors for her eyes. It really would have just like been the final nail in the coffin, but regardless, I think this look is so hot. Priyanka really came, saw, and conquered. Next up, girl, this look ain't it. Oh, wait, actually it is. It's Anastarzia. And I could not agree more with what Brooklyn said to her when like she expected Anastarzia to turn around and reveal a really sickening Morticia. Oh my God, Brooklyn Heights mind. Wow. That would have been sick. However, the reveal is lost in translation. When she turns around, she says that she's giving Chun-Li, but really I just got like Chun-Li's grandpa. And like, yes, I do very clearly see what she was trying to go for and what she was doing with that wig hat on her head, and I do super appreciate it. But those two looks together, those two very disparate references just didn't meld in a way that made any sense at all. So she's walking down the runway with her hands clasped together. She's kind of on her tiptoes, like bouncing as if she's in those like wooden block shoes. And girl, I saw the tights, they were ripped. This look is a rot for me. If she had done what Brooklyn said, maybe this really would have worked, or maybe if she had just taken off the cousin it thing completely and then actually constructed an outfit or worn something made from hair more than just having that crazy wig. This was just a really confusing and strange runway, and girl, I'm really not here for it. Next up, they say she likes golden showers. It's Rita Baga. She comes out in an electrifying piss yellow look. I guess the concept is that like she is a lightning bolt, I think, which is a really cool way to do a runway and do a concept like that. Her hair literally is like the purple storm cloud with the streaks of yellow lightning coming down to the roots and around, framing her head. She has the yellow lightning bolt earrings. She's got the yellow coat. She's got the yellow patent pleasers. She's got a purple belt matching the purple in her wig. The look is actually very beautiful. She has a silhouette, she has a concept, everything is cool and making sense. And then you realize that the runway theme is supposed to be hair. Make it make sense. Is the wig cool? Yes. But like, is that enough to meet the criteria of doing like a wig runway? Does she look really hot? Yes, I think she looks beautiful, striking and shocking to see coming down the runway. But girl, if there was any more yellow on her, Ash might throw a Pokeball at her. I think a lot of the girls really just misunderstood the assignment. We're having a drop dead gorgeous moment here. So let's just forget that the category was hair and just say, you know what, Rita, you look beautiful. This look is hot. I think this really could have pushed some boundaries if, for example, the tulle underneath the yellow jacket was like purple hair. That would have made me gag. Anyways, is anyone feeling sad? Bring in the clowns. Next up is BoBo. And thank God she has her name on her head, or else I just might have forgotten it. But be careful. You don't want to bring your kids around this clown or they might go running haired. BoBo looks a little bit freaky, and I think that's what she does best. That's what she takes pride in. I love, again, that we are self-branding on another runway. If she comes out next week and doesn't have her name BoBo somewhere on her outfit, I might be a little upset. I like that she has hair on more than just her head. She did go ahead and put it on her body. So that is a step up definitely from some of the other girls. However, this look is a little confusing for me because I'm not sure that it's totally cohesive. It seems like maybe she was trying to just do a little too much here. The pink pom-poms glued down like the center of that bodysuit just seem a little misplaced, and I do understand, yeah, maybe they're kind of evoking that clown nose thing, so that was just a little strange for me. However, I do like that she was able to keep a silhouette like the judges complimented her on while still gluing hair tracks up and down her bodysuit, something some of the other girls weren't able to do. I do also really enjoy her makeup tonight. I think she looks really scary and freaky and like a demented clown that I just don't want to mess with. And good God, she is selling herself on the runway. She's so animated, she could be a cartoon. So I think take off the pink pom-poms, but otherwise this look is going to be a hot for me. Next up, who let the dogs out? It's Ilona Verley. Wow, I gasped when I saw this. I think it's really, really beautiful. I think it's very, very well done. This look is very much barkening back to season 4's Canine Ball, and then it's also reminded me a little bit of Trixie Mattel's All-Stars look with that poodle hair. I think it's also really interesting to see her in this color again. This is another powder blue monochrome look that she has served. This is the third one so far, right? We have her promo, her entrance look, and then finally this. I do enjoy monochromatic looks. However, I would love to see her do other colors if she is going to do this. But the three so far have told me a really interesting story about Ilona. I suspect that she is giving us a Pokemon evolution fantasy, or maybe she just really loves powder blue. This look for me is an immediate hot. This is where the girls' minds should be going when they are thinking of runway concepts, because this is truly a concept using the runway category executed in a way that is so unique and like very, very beautiful. You can tell that Ilona really thought about every single follicle of this look, from the top of her head to the tip of her toes. It glitters, it sparkles, there's rhinestones, she has a leash, she has 2 dogs on her shoulders as shoulder pads with their own wigs, there's paw prints on the corset. I mean, wow, it's literally stunning, it's gorgeous. She looks so beautiful and hot and creative and artsy, and just, I just really, really wig this look. I think either you do something really outlandish and crazy like this, or you do something like what Priyanka did, where she just kind of took literal hair category and made a stunning outfit doing it. My total honest opinion is that those are really the only 2 girls that actually did really, really well on this runway, considering the category. This week's main challenge was a bit of a hairy situation, but Priyanka does end up taking home the win. She was able to write a really good, funny rap and also execute a look flawlessly on the runway. Up for elimination were Anastarzia and Tynomi Banks, both who fell really flat in the challenge. Anastarzia does end up going home. This week, my hottest hot is going to go to Ilona. And every week over on patreon.com, I ask my loving patron family to vote for their hottest hot. This week, they voted for Jimbo. I also want to give a special shout out to all the patrons subscribed at the hot tier and above. Dylan, Matthew, Shannon, Sunshine, Tom, Bradley, Curtis, Derek, Jenny, Marty, Maxwell, Michelle, Oscar, Rick, Sean, Tina, Timotheus, Vanessa, Veronica, Drew, Catherine, and Midnight 19. If you would like to get benefits like early access, your name and credits, personal shoutouts, and to vote on the hottest hot every single week in my hottest hot patron poll, you can join my Patreon to do so. Click the link in the description of this video to check it out. And thanks again to our sponsor today, Love Island. Don't forget to download the mobile app today. The link to download is also in the description of this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Love you.